be a little happier about the offense lately. Seems to be moving the chains a little bit more, putting the ball in the end zone, in the red zone situations.
Yeah, I thought today speaking, I thought our receivers made a lot of plays. There's been a lot of conversations, a lot of challenging moments in that room, and we're kind of moving a lot of guys around, and it's been highly competitive. So they're all kind of fighting for jobs and more playing time, and I think they elevated their play a lot today and won the one-on-one battles that were needed. So I think the run game is always going to be pretty efficient. I always feel confident in that, but I felt like we executed more cleanly on the perimeter today.
How would you rate Sam's last couple practices?
I'm telling you, the QB competition is just wild to me, all right? Because when you think it's one guy, it flips to another guy. There's been at one point in this competition where I thought one of those quarterbacks is going to be our starter. And, Sam's playing really high, at a high level right now. I think his efficiency and decision making, that's what we've been working on, because we know he's talented. We know he can make plays outside when he scrambles around, but it's more about just being efficient in what you do, hand the ball when it needs to be, get to your man looks and your zone looks, and I challenged him today, and I thought he handled it really well. But Sam, the last two practices has been playing at a high level.
Was he more decisive today?
Yes, and that's something that we've been talking about, of just kind of eliminating everything. You don't have to make a play on every single play, just trust what's going to happen, and he's doing a really good job of that.
He went live on Sunday. What did you think of that? Of his opportunity to get hit?
That the quarterback competition is so close right now. It's just like, all right, let's be calculating what we do, and let's get some live sets right there, because when you go live, it's a little bit different of a mindset. Are you going to escape the pocket, like a little bit earlier? Are you going to stay in there and take a hit when needed? I'm always a little bit nervous when you do that, but like with this competition the way it is right now, it's like the best way to try to just see how they operate when the bullets are live, and they're sitting in that pocket and having to make real tough decisions instead of having that yellow jersey on the entire time.
You talked about that after Sunday, that there's been those conversations about like maybe he has to rein it in sometimes and not just take off knowing that he can run. How much have you had those conversations with him?
Not as much lately, because he's now staying in the pocket, and he's working on it. It's really tough. When that's how he's had success his whole life. He can scramble around and make those kind of wow plays. And we've talked about staying in the pocket and just going through progression and getting the check downs when needed. And I've seen a drastic improvement from practice one till now.
Jarrett Miller was taking first-team reps at left tackle. He missed some of last season and the spring. Is he rounding into shape, and is he looking pretty solid out there?
Yeah, Barrett looks great. I think Coach Bletch is moving those guys around just to kind of get new evaluations and see how they play well with each other. But he's been consistently playing at a high level right now and grading out as one of the top, really three. Driscoll's been playing well too. He graded out the highest in our last scrimmage. So those two, with Driscoll playing well, we're starting to kind of mess around with our left tackle a little bit and our right guard, and you're going to see it just move and shake. Nothing's solid right now. We're just trying to see where the continuity is, and just based off of Barrett's performance, he deserves to at least get a shot with the ones right now.
Can you talk about, are you expecting to have a decision in your own mind, at least, on quarterback after Saturday?
I hope so. I was thinking more of the first day of school. I hope to get there, but you never know right now how close it is.
It's a week from tomorrow?
Yes, but tomorrow's Wednesday. Right? They can't ask me what day it is right now. Right? But yeah, so we'll finish. We got 4 more practices left, an off day, and then 2 practices. Then the first day of school. So that first day is when we're going to do our scout team discussions and everything of that nature. I don't know if Coach and I feel we need to go another 3 days, and then we'll go from there. But hopefully we can get it.
Are you going to scrimmage again on the 26th or not?
I believe so. Yes. Here we're going to scrimmage here in a few days.
And talk about the backup running back spot at this point, because you haven't had Thomas Williams yet, and you expect to see him at all? Or?
That was one of the other reasons why we needed to go live. And I thought Stredick really kind of showed signs of explosiveness and made a couple big plays. But you got Isaiah Fonse out there, you got the Jet, Javen Thomas out there as well. Even we put Andy Alfieri in there, and we're going to start throwing him in some situations, just because he's a big back and he can get downhill on it. So we're looking for short yardage backs. We're looking for guys that can be multiple and be out in space and do what we do in the run game as well. because we are pleased with Jayot, obviously. We need another guy to separate in that position. So really, like, all these questions, you can kind of see the competition and how we're moving guys around in the running back room and O-line and the QBs and even in the receiver position as well.
Are Ashton and Isaiah similar players?
I think they're not. Like, I think Ashton is a little bit more kind of twitchier when he's out there in space, and then Isaiah's more downhill, where he doesn't, like, Ashton can make a few moves and Isaiah's going to make one and try to run right through you, like he did down on the goal line today.
Seems like they sort of chose different routes in college. I guess neither of them is over-recruited.
Right.
One of them decides to go to FCS and has a tremendous career and then winds up here. And the other one is willing to be a recruited walk-on and bide his time, and now he's where he's at. Is that interesting?
Yeah, I love it. I just think, Ashton and his story and how he stuck to it, and he's shown that he deserves at least step on the field, and that's a testament to who he is, and a lot of times people get frustrated with playing time and hit the portal, and he's seen it through. He loves his place. He's getting a Cal degree, which is very important to him, and he plays the game the way it should, so it's an unbelievable story. And then you look at Isaiah, he just wanted an opportunity. I think he was over 4,000 yards rushing, I think, in his career at Montana State, and played a lot of ball, and he just wants to kind of prove it to himself that he can play at a higher level. And great approach, great mindset. Really, really enjoyed our time with him in this last season.
Looking at the film from scrimmage Sunday, what performances stood out for you a little bit on offense?
I thought the quarterback play was better, in terms of across the board with all three of them. So, that's why that competition's still there. I thought Tron Grizel really showed himself, and just his catch radius. He hit like a 3rd and 18 across the middle. That was pretty impressive. He hit a goal line fade. That was pretty awesome to watch. I've never seen him do a double move on a goal line fade and set it up like he did. So he's playing at a high level and being smart. Ashton Stradick going off of him as well. I think Jack Injuries is having a great camp. He's proven to us that he's going to be in a pretty pivotal role for us. It's good seeing Asher and JT out there as well. They're just tough kids. Sometimes they don't get the credit because they got to end up blocking in certain.
The dirty work.
They do the dirty work at times, but they're kind of like the heartbeat of our entire offense because of the consistency that they bring.
What stood out about Hightower? He seems to have turned it on as of late.
He had a great day today. I think you guys saw him hit that touchdown on that 3rd down. He's very cerebral. He's always studying the game, understanding how defense works. And if you in our system, we give so much freedom. If those guys understand coverage and spacing and leverage, you can make it work. And he's starting to figure it out. He's a big body type. When the ball's in the air, he can body guys and come down with the ball. So he keeps just going up the depth charts right now based off his performances last 2 practices.
Between Hightower, Starling, and Taj Davis, and what's going into and who's separating themselves?
Yeah, no, that's a very interesting one because I thought Taj Davis had a great practice today. I think he hit 2. I'm curious to see him on tape. He's back, these just kind of fade balls that he got. I thought this was pretty impressive of what he did. So Mason Starling showed signs as well. I think they're just talented guys. Mason is just still getting back into the groove of it all because he really just got full go right at the start of fall camp. But he's a big, long guy that can just the catch radius, and he can run, and he's physical, and it's fun watching Hightower, Taj, and Mason Starling right now compete. And then you got Tron, and especially with Monroe Young out right now, we just kind of held him out for a couple practices just because he's the guy that runs every route as far as he can. So we're trying to take some of the GPS numbers off of him and let these other guys go. Because I know what Monroe can do, and that competition goes back and forth, and it's fun to watch. And that's going to be a tough decision moving forward. Hopefully someone separates them, but because they all were making plays today.
And Maven had a couple TDs today.
You forget about Maven too. Maven was one. Kind of had some up and down practices, probably 6, 7, and 8, and then he came out here and dominated today. Had 2 touchdowns, had a great goal line route, had an open field touchdown, and he's been a little bit beat up, and we've been kind of cautious with him as well because we know what he's capable of doing. And he came out there today, and I thought he competed extremely well and made a lot of plays for us.
Do you have a timetable on when you might see Williams' status?
I don't know yet. I don't really know.
Is it
much
unlikely
about
he'll be
that.
ready for the first game?
I don't know. I would ask Coach on